Shalom. All praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua by Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my apostles, the great millstone, and Shalom to the hopeful elect. This is Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. It says, Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. The Hebrew word for smith is karash. Karash. It says craftsman, artisan, engraver, graver, artificer, skillful to destroy. Now, ancient smiths were men who created weaponry such as swords, spears, armor, things of that nature. But the modern day smith are the nuclear lab scientists. I'm going to read Isaiah 54 and 16 again. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And what is that instrument? That instrument is going into the nuclear missiles, right? Yahweh Shemashah put the spirit on these nuclear lab scientists. He gave them the knowledge to create these nuclear weapons. And their job is to destroy. It says, and I have created the waster to destroy. And in the near future, missiles going to be shot off aiming at Babylon the Great, aka America, to leave this place desolate, to completely destroy it. This Isaiah chapter 9 verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. Going into the ancient wars, they were going at it face to face, one-on-one with swords, right? Spears, right? Prime example, the movie 300. They wasn't using the weaponry you see these different militaries are using now. They was going at it face to face, stabbing each other with their swords. It was a bloodbath. It says, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. The battle that's coming up is going to be with burning and fuel of fire, going into the missiles. Now let's go to Revelation chapter 9. This is Revelation chapter 9 verse 16. It says, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. Now the Apostle John, what he saw were missiles, right? He saw 200 million warheads. When you're going 200,000 is equivalent to 200 million. In the NLT, it says, I've I heard the size of their army, which was 200 million mounted troops, but that's going to be actual warheads. It says, and thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone. Con. Now, the Apostle John is describing the body of the missiles, the army, the armor. And the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions. Now, this is talking about the power of the missile. The power of a lion is his head. So the power of the missile is going to be coming from the warhead. It says, and out of their mouths issue fire and smoke and brimstone. Gone. Because soon as the missiles be shot off, they're going to go into the air, and as they're aiming to their target, and you will have 200 million warheads aiming at America, they're going to break apart, and it's just going to be the warhead that's going to be aiming at America, and it's going to destroy it. So the power of the missiles are in his head, which are the warheads. It says, by these three was the third part of men killed. Now you have the sons of men, which are these heathen nations, the sons of God, which are the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Then you have the sons of the wicked, the third part of men, and that's going into Esau, Edom. It says, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issue out of their mouths. It says, for their power is in their mouths. Yeah, come. The powers are going to be coming from the warheads and in their tails. You're also going to have, the back of the missiles going to have fire coming out of it. And that's going to direct the missiles to the target. It says, for their tails were like unto serpents. Yeah, and with John, the Apostle John, he saw the missiles in the air, moving like snakes. It says, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. Con. These missiles are gonna hurt this place. The 200 million warheads that's coming to America is gonna leave it desolate. Nothing is gonna be left for Babylon the Great. It's gonna be completely destroyed. Second Peter chapter 3, verse 6, whereby the world that then was being overflowed with water perished. Now this going into the time of Noah, right? When the Most High destroyed the earth by the flood. It was a great flood, right? And only 8 people were saved from that destruction. And that was the first death. It says, but the heavens and the earth which are now, and that's going into this present time, by the same word are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. All right, and that's going into the second death. All right, this place is reserved unto fire. All right, against the day of judgment and perdition. Perdition means destruction of ungodly men. Who's the ungodly? The so-called white man, Esau, Edom. All right. It's Isaiah chapter 13, verse 19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of Chaldees, excellency, shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Now this is talking about Babylon the Great, aka America. It says it will be overthrew. It's like it says, it shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Now let's see how Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. It's Genesis chapter 19, verse 22. It says, haste thee, escape thither, for I cannot do anything till thou be come thither. This is the angel speaking to Lot, telling him to escape Sodom and Gomorrah. Why? Because it was going to be destroyed. And the angel couldn't do nothing unless Sodom escaped, unless Lot escaped. It says, therefore, the name of the city was called Zar. And the word Zar means refuge, shelter. It says the sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zar. So Lot left Sodom and Gomorrah and made it to the land of the city of Zar. It says, then the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua out of heaven. So the same way Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, which was by fire and brimstone, is the same way Babylon the Great, aka America, is going to be destroyed. And that fire is going to be coming from the ICBM missiles, them 200 million warheads that's going to be shot from these other nations. It says, and he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the cities and that which grew upon the ground. Now Yahweh Hashem Yahushua destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because you had people bugging out. Prime example, they had homosexuality. A whole bunch of wickedness was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah, so Yahweh had to destroy it. And them same acts is happening now today on a much higher scale. It's even worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. That's why Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to completely destroy this place and wipe it from the face of the earth. And nothing's going to be left for Esau, Edom kingdom. But that was the point. Lord willing, this was edifying. Shalom.